like I said before, reliable and affordable energy. It really doesn't matter at this point in many places in Africa where that energy is coming from. I know it's a difficult thing to say, and we are very much for transition as the African Energy Chamber, but we are very much for a transition that reflects the realities of the African continent. Access to power is as important, at least, as anything else in Africa. So what that means is that when you look at gas resources, for example, in Nigeria, you need to make sure that you can provide affordable and reliable energy using those gas resources. If you look at Egypt, where we are now, Egypt just a couple of years ago used to have problems with access to power. Now, they are energy sufficient, at least from a power perspective, and they export significant amount of energy. I think other African countries can take a leap out of their book and be able to make sure that the youth on the continent can have reliable and affordable energy without necessarily being against transition. I mean, we should all be for transition into greener energies, but those energy sources have to be able to compete with things like gas to ensure that they can be affordable and reliable. We cannot base a development strategy on energy based on aid. It's impossible. On subsidies. We have to be able to ensure that when we go for solar or when we go for wind, it is certainly at a stage where solar and wind are competitive enough to be able to provide the kind of energy that gas can provide. And so we at the Chamber, we will be at Africa Energy Week, 18th to 21st of October in Cape Town, talking about all of this, talking about how you can engage the youthful population, talking about how gas is important for the development of Africa. There are loads of opportunities for investors to be able to come and make significant beyond market returns, but also, most importantly, we need to bring women into the game. You know, we have about 900 million women who do not have access to clean cooking fuels in Africa. A population of 900 million, most of them women and children. We need to change that. That is the priority for Africa. And so for us, when we come to forums like this, and by the way, Afreximbbank has done a great job. You know, the discussions have been amazing. You know, kudos to the team at Afreximbbank, Professor Arama, Renee Awambang, and a whole lot of them have really done a great job, you know, in putting this show together. And we look forward to continuing the discussions, and we look forward to supporting Afreximbbank in financing a lot of this transition, which we see is an African transition to get people from darkness into light. There is no excuse. If you look at our populations, if you look at Nigeria, if you look at South Africa, those are the two biggest economies. Significant amount of power deficiencies. We need to change that. You know, from Somalia right off the other coast onto West Africa, the coast of West Africa, we need power. I think it is essential, you know, for our African leaders to look at it and to say, how do we get the 600 million people who have no access to power? I think for us, that's the priority. And so as we go into COP, what we want to be saying to our partners in other jurisdictions, in other areas, is that we are with you on this journey to be able to improve and decarbonize the world. But what we cannot do is that on that road, on that journey, that we are going to let close to 1 billion people behind. We cannot do that. It will be immoral and it will be improper. And so we need to do the right thing by combating energy poverty first. And if that means that we need to use gas and hydrocarbons, why shouldn't we have to do it?